Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I forget how many videos I've made today wearing this outfit, so I had a quiet house for the most part other than some unhappy dogs, and I needed to get through some things. So I guess I should have had costume changes, but then that wouldn't be real, and I'm real, so this is me. One of the things, the next thing that I'm going to be making in my kitchen, again, I don't know if I told you, my name's Brandy, if you're new here, and welcome to the channel, Sowing Back. So tonight, it's now night, it's like 5:30, it's dark outside, and so this time change thing, woohoo! I'm telling you, by 9 p.m. I'm falling asleep every night. But then I feel refreshed when I wake up, so there's something to be said, I'm sure, for that. So I found a recipe a while back, and this one is, this is an all recipes, and it's a pineapple coconut zucchini bread. Because one of the things I learned during my October Pantry Challenge, and I think I kind of mentioned this in the recap, was how important it was to be thinking ahead of time about breakfast and having items on hand so that when we got up we had things readily available, and then kind of switching those things up so that we didn't, I guess, get bored or what have you. So tonight, while I have my my southern chicken dressing in the oven, and my oven is heated up to the right amount, I took out earlier today, I unthawed some of the zucchini that I shredded up and froze in a 3-cup batch for this recipe. So the difference in this recipe is it's an all recipe. I will link it in the description, except I'm changing it because that's what I do. So just know that I'm kind of changing it up a little bit. I will in the description put what I'm doing. For the most part, I'm keeping it the same, with the exception is I'm going to add Lily's chocolate chips to it because I think that's going to taste really good with this. And I'm also, it calls for 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm only going to use 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I have 1 cup of freshly milled Kamut flour. And then I'm going to use 1 cup of sourdough. So in other words, I'm making this into a sourdough pineapple coconut zucchini bread. And it's supposed to make 2 loaves. So let me tell you what our ingredients are. I've already pre-measured some of them. In my mixing bowl, I need to get let's see. I need to put my eggs in here. I've already cracked 3 eggs. So I gotta put 3 eggs in here. Then I need to put, with the eggs, I need a cup. I am using coconut oil. You could do whatever oil you like. It doesn't really specify. You could probably do a half oil, half butter if you wanted to do that. I'm using the coconut oil because I have a good bit of it on the shelf and I need to use it up. So that's what I'm trying to do. Alright. Then it calls for move this out of the way. It calls for your white sugar, and this is organic white sugar, cane sugar, or whatever, and it calls for a cup. Now I have a cup here, but I'm going to do about 3/4 a cup, okay? Because typically what I find is you don't have to necessarily put all the sweeteners in that it calls for, because then it wants a cup of brown sugar. So I'm going to do the same with the brown sugar. I'm going to put about 3/4 of a cup in our bowl. This one's a little harder because it's packed. Oh, crud. Okay, well, I think we got a full cup of the brown sugar. life happens. And I don't even know if you could see. So, yeah, there's that. Is to take your eggs, your oil, your sugar, your brown sugar, and we're going to whisk it together in my mixer. So, oops, hold on. So we're going to get that going. And now I need to get half a cup of sour cream. So I have a half a cup here. I need a spoon or a spatula. And I'm using the Nancy's that has the probiotics in it. Need to get you need a can of crushed pineapple. So I have that. I've got to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Alright, so we got that in. We need to put in so we're supposed to stir in our sour cream is next. Okay. Alright. I need to do the pineapple. This is just to pop the top at 20 ounces. From everything I read, it's the bomb snickety when you add pineapple to zucchini. That's the other thing I need. I've got my zucchini over here. I'm going to try to get some of the water from being frozen out. It doesn't say to do this, but I think that's what you should do. That looks better. Alright, so it's my frozen, and I measured this when I did this. I just took a box grater when these were coming in, and I would do little bags of these I have in the freezer, a lot like I did my porch pumpkin thing. Okay, we got that going. Alright, so we've got our sugar. We got our oil, our white sugar, our brown sugar, sour cream, vanilla, zucchini, pineapple, and the next part of it, actually I feel like I still have a little zucchini. I'm going to try to get all this out. This smells really good. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so now I'm supposed to put in half a cup of some shredded coconut. It does not specify if it's supposed to be sweetened or not, so I opted for not sweetened. So I have half a cup here. bit much in there. So we're going to put that in. This is when it's cold. Alright. So now, let's see, the only thing we have left is to get our flour in. And the black, not the black chocolate, but the milk chocolate chips, the Lily's. Okay. Oh, I know what I didn't put in. Oh, I know what I gotta put in. Okay, so we're going to turn this off. Alright, so now we need to get our, I've got my spices all measured out. So the spices are 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. And so I'm gonna incorporate this with the flour. All right. So I am going to. This is my freshly milled. Let me get a clean one. And I'm going to take a cup. Actually, if I have 2 cups, I'll just use Kamut flour and a cup. Yeah, I think I may have enough. That'll be even better. So if you don't have freshly milled, you can totally just use an all-purpose, which is what the recipe called for. All right, so that's going to be our 2 cups. We used all that up. That is fantastic. All that nutrition makes me happy. Let me put my sour cream up. Okay, now I've got this, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to incorporate all those spices. And then let me get a whisk. And I'm just going to see how those are. Totally change the color of it. Alright, so the next component is my sourdough starter. So this is a wonderful fed sourdough starter, and I'm actually going to put the sourdough starter in the what I already have in the mixer. So, and I need a cup of sourdough starter, and I'm going to pour this into my mixer. Get my little spatula doohickey thing here. And the great thing about this is my oven is preheated because it's cooking our dinner. And as soon as this comes out, I'll have these loaf pans ready to go into the oven so that we will have our breakfast for, I don't know, it may, because it does 2 loaves, I'm thinking that might be good for the week. Hopefully we like it. Like, I know John and I'll like it. I hope the boys will like it. Okay, so now, let me close up my sourdough starter. So now, I want to take this, and I'm just going to be pouring it in. And I'm going to let the mixer do the work. You could have totally done this without a mixer. But to be honest, I have a shoulder injury in my right shoulder. And because normally I would have just mixed it up by hand. But having this has been helpful as of late. And I have it. I've had it for years, so I might as well use it. It don't feel like you have to go and you have to buy a KitchenAid or some big fancy equipment. You don't need that. Honestly, you could do all this with a whisk and some elbow grease. Alright, so I've got all my flour in there. I'm going to call that done. And then I'm this is not in the recipe, but I'm gonna add our Lily's chocolate. I'm gonna start with half a cup, and we'll see how that incorporates. I may end up adding another half cup because of 2 loaves. I don't think that's enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a full cup. And that looks, I don't think that was a full cup. There we go. I think that was a full cup that I ended up using of the Lily's chocolate, and we won't regret that. All right, so it's all incorporated. I'm gonna bring it down. I need to, ooh, this is it. Wow. All right, this one, because it has that zucchini in it, they get trapped on the little beaters. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna take my spatula, just kind of make sure, go on the bottom, the sides, make sure everything is incorporated. And then so I just wanted to show you what it looks like. You can see the zucchini in it and the chocolate. So I'm thinking this is gonna be really good. I have my 2 pans. One's a Pyrex, just an old standby. My favorite is my Pampered Chef one, but I only have one of those. Being that I've made this sourdough, so if you weren't going to do it soured, you were just going to follow the recipe as given, you would need 3 cups of flour, not 2. My 3rd cup was a cup of sourdough, so that had the flour in it. Now it says you're going to bake this in an oven at 350 degrees for 50 minutes to an hour. For me, I'm estimating there'll probably be a little bit over an hour, only because that's just what I'm finding with some of these breads with sourdough when I'm converting recipes. So this smells really good. I can smell the pineapple in it. I hope it tastes good. I don't know why it wouldn't. Trying to get everything out of the bowl. So I will show you what these look like when they come out of the oven. I'll have it towards the end of the video. I don't know if I'll get a taste test with this one tonight because it'll be kind of late by the time it cools and stuff. And I don't typically eat anything that late. So maybe I'll do a taste test in the morning. We'll see. At least then I'll have different clothes on. But anyway, we found value in today's video making this is a sourdough pineapple coconut zucchini bread. If you found value in this, I would love a thumbs up. If you have a different recipe that you want to share, I'd love for you to comment below. If you find that you like our content, I would love for you to subscribe to our channel, or if you know someone who would like our content, please share our video. That helps us grow, and we always appreciate that. So with that, I hope you have a fantastic evening. You'll probably see me yet again in this because I still have to taste test the Southern chicken dressing that's going to be coming out soon. And these will be going in. So anyway, with that, I hope you have a great one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.